Hi everybody, welcome to the editing desk of GoJo Media, and today I'm going to be showing you how I do my thumbnails. I use Motion 5. I'm going to switch from this view to the view of my computer, do a screenshot, and let's get right into it. I know Motion 5 is a video production software, but you can use it for stills, so that's what I do, and I'm assuming that you have some knowledge of Motion 5 already, because I'm not going to go into the basics. I'm going to jump right into the format of the actual picture, and just assume that there is also some basic knowledge that you have. So there you go, let's just jump right in. Hope this makes sense to you. Let's see what happens. Hey, well, there's two smiley faces, and this of course is the end product of all the different layers, and you can probably see, hopefully you can see, that we've actually got different layers or tracks all on top of each other. So at the front is the two chocolate bars, Milky Way and Dream. Behind that is myself and my son. In front of them is the two hands, two pointing hands, and then those are all layered on top of several generators, which include these particle beams, some squares, the blue and the red squares, and then two backgrounds, a black background and this two-ray background on the bottom. So, alright, I'll get rid of that because that's the final thing, and we shall go to the program itself. So here we are in Motion 5, and you can see the same thing as you just saw in the preview presented on the screen there, and then all of this stuff around the edges is all the things that we'll be working with. I mainly work in this group here, the layers, the media and the audio, particularly the layers, and this side over here, which is the detail of what is in those layers. So what I am going to do is I'm going to turn off all the foreground, and we'll work with each layer as it appears. So to do that, we just click on these individual components, and you'll see we finally get back to the backgrounds. So starting from the bottom, we have a two-color ray. I'll turn off the black, and this two-color ray, and the detail of it is over here on the left of the screen. That could easily be filled right up to make up the whole screen. I have cropped that to be roughly half of the screen from its middle point, and I've used the crop feature, which is in here. You can see it there, crop. Okay, so that's how I get it to appear on half of the display. Then we add in a black background. At the moment, even though that looks black, if I was to export that, that would end up white. So I have to actually make that a black background. So here is the black background. And as you can see, it has layered on top of the two-color ray, and I've done that deliberately. It is positioned already. You can move it around just by moving that fella there, but that's the final position that I want it to be in. So that's our two backgrounds, and I can close those up, so that is how they will finish up. Layered on top of them are these blue and red squares. Start off with the blue one, and at the moment you can't see it. Why not? I've got to turn it on up there. There we go. The blues. The next layer up is this blue square, and You can see that I have included over here on the left of the screen that some drop shadow, which you see under the bottom there. That's that bit of drop shadow. And I've gone through quite a bit of playing around with these features here. The scale of it, you can change here to be whatever. That's the position I choose for it at the moment. And layered behind it actually is this red, also a square. If I was to turn the blue off, there's the red square. Turn the blue back on, and it appears like that, where you can see a bit of drop shadow to put the blue shadow in front of the red. You can swap them around, I hope, just by doing that. No, you can't. Oh, anyway, yeah, that's the way they are. That's a better representation of what they are. So the blue, so actually, turn the blue off. There's the red. That's a better way to describe it to you. There's the red. There's the blue. Okay, and so that's the next layer up dealt with. If you want more detail on how I've actually done these, I can go through this step by step. So at the moment, this is an outline, if you like, of what my thumbnail is made up of. All these different components could have a little video all of their very own. You have the background at the moment, and you have these two squares laid on top of each other. The next thing up that I have done is this brilliant, it's called brilliant here. We open this up and open it up again. Brilliant, turn it off. There, it's disappeared, back on. So this is another generator which is in the library. I can open this up for you and show you all these particle emitters. I think this one is a particle emitter. There it is down here, brilliant. So that's it there. It's not a generator actually, it's a particle emitter. There's so much stuff in here. There are literally hundreds of options. I have chosen at the moment in my thumbnails to use brilliant. And that's it there. If I play the timeline, you can see, or just drag it for a moment, you can see what that brilliant does. If it was in a video format, that's how it would look. I'll just press play. There you go. That's what it looks like as a video. But of course, like I've been saying from the beginning, I use this as a thumbnail, so I'm choosing to use just one frame only. And there's other things that you can do within Brilliant, but I just choose to use that component there. Now that little bit in the center will disappear, and you'll just see the edges of this as I put the layers on top of this. So that's the group that is called Brilliant. The next layer up, which you're not actually going to see in my thumbnail, is me. Hey, there we go. Pop up there. And there's a whole heap of components that have gone into making that picture appear there, which include those eyeballs. The original picture, turn the eyeballs off. There you go, there's me. But that picture in itself is quite a few different layers, as you can see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So yeah, there's a whole heap of different layers just going into that face. But in the thumbnail that I'm choosing to show you at the moment, that face doesn't appear, so I turn it off. And we do have this group, which is the food. So I turn off the chocolate, and you can see the actual photo that I've put in here is a photo of Luke and myself holding a can of drink. So once again, there's several different components just to that photo. There's quite a few things that I've got in here that are turned off at the moment, which I'm not even going to worry about. But the photo itself is three different components, which is the photo, a cutout or bezier of that photo, which gives us an initial cutout, and then the outline. So I'll get rid of the photo. There's the outline. That's one different component. Then you have the photo itself, which comprises two components. Which there you can see the photo in the background comes up and disappears, comes up and disappears. So the original photo, put a cutout bezier on that, gets rid of the background, and then on top of that I layer another bezier, which is within this bezier, I'll show you this bit in the inspector, the shape. If I was to fill it, it would look like that. So I get rid of the fill and just have this outline, which you can turn on and off there. So that's the outline of that photo. Hope this is making sense to you and it's not too complicated. And as I say, if you want me to go into detail of each component, I can do a separate video for each component. Anyway, that's the group that I call the food. Close all that up. That's that. Then we come up to the next layer, just turn it on and open it up. Oh, no, sorry. That one's not even included in here, so I'll keep that off. And the next one is this fella here, which, oh, hang on, I better go back to that food one. I've got to turn on. Okay, there's also an, go back there, sorry, turn those hands off. Within this food group, there is also another component which covers up that drink for this particular thumbnail, and that is the 2 chocolate bars. So that photo of 2 chocolate bars is actually 3 different sections. We've got the original photo, which is that. There's your original photo. Okay, we do use the Bezier tool to cut out the background and leaves us with just the 2 chocolate bars. And then the 2 chocolate bars are also further highlighted by another Bezier, which is that outline. On and off, brings it up. So that's how the food actually ends up. Then we go to the top of this little section here and draw in or bring in the 2 hands, the pointing fingers, and they are just text. They are wingdings, and we have wingdings regular size, and then you adjust the size, of course, by the scale. Change them in and out to whatever you want them to be. And you can also use properties to change the scale of that, by the way. You can do basically the same thing. So I end up with that, and then they can be adjusted, played around with however you might want to do that by using that tool. And the other one likewise, you do the same thing with the other one, and you end up with that final product. So then once you've done that, I'll just play it as a video again, which is totally irrelevant really, because once you've got to the final product, I can then go to any position of that brilliant bit which I think looks good and is appropriate. Doesn't make a lot of difference. I don't think you can choose that. Then I just simply go to the share option, and here's where the whole single frame versus movie comes in, because I could export that 10-second movie. I can choose to save it as just a frame, and save it as a frame, JPEG image. This is where you can do it as a PNG, all sorts of different things. JPEG with a high quality render, and go through the different format there to save it as a picture, which in the end just comes up with that fella there, which is the thumbnail, which I will then go and export to YouTube. Okay guys, thanks for watching. That's Motion 5 being used as a single frame, in a single frame format, to give me a thumbnail on YouTube. Hope you enjoyed that. If you've got questions about individual components, I'll be more than happy to go through those as well in another video. Hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you again very soon, guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.